minutes late. I swear to God, time is flying so fast. It's going way too fast. I don't know what the hell. Let's wait until at least Crystal gets there. Stop it. Oh, tap, 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 tap. Oh, I can't stand it. Everything feels so intense right now. Man. Will you sit down? Stop. Try giving her medicine. That girl who beat her dog up online, which is just so wacky. Beat her dog up while she was live. She now she's doing videos crying. She didn't want to be that way or something. I don't know. It's like, yeah, horrible. Like, that wasn't a good choice. But that's the thing. Hey, Crystal. Okay, so may just be a me and you, but I swear to God, it took me so many times. I had to keep changing shirts. Dogs are driving me crazy. Ruthie will not get off of me. Everything is so intense right now. I can't believe it. I'll be lucky if we make it an hour. And starting late is like the time is flying. I cannot believe it. It's so weird how some people think time's going so slow. It's like, dude, it's going so fast. I can't even believe it. Stop. She just doesn't stop, man. Oh my God. Stop it, Ruthie. She looks like she has to be on top of me all the time. All of them do. That's what drives me insane. They all want to be on top of me. Oh my God. So, stop. So anyways, the energy is so intense. If you see any other shit, oh my God, stop. Jesus Christ, Ruthie, stop it. I'm gonna have to go get that thing, put it on her. Maybe she'll listen. Oh my God. Oh, you gotta, that new look as your. Oh, really? Um. Oh, I guess I probably should change my profile picture. It is like with longer hair. Um. God. I really need to find a hairdresser because I keep on. I need somebody. I need to take my head off and be able to do it that way. But since I can't do that, stop. Okay, I gotta go get that thing. She's sitting there biting me. I'll be right back. Then she's gonna think it's time to get some treats too. I'll lock you guys in here. Come on, Archie. Come on. Please just. Swear to God, they're consuming me. Swear to God, I feel like I'm consumed. See, she gets so excited. She's just climbing on top of me to get it on. Because she thinks that means that she's going to get a bunch of treats. That's why, I swear to God. Oh, stop it, girl. Oh my gosh, she is so rowdy. Okay, you gotta sit still. I just gave her CBD stuff too. Okay, get down. Ugh. Oh, thank you, sassy. That's what, yeah, that's how I feel more. But yeah, I feel like, I don't know. I feel like I swear to God, I'm constantly pulling at pieces and being like, oh, that piece shouldn't be that way. And cutting it. Now she wants to chase her tail. Ruthie, please get off of me. Go. Stop. Oh my gosh. Go. Go lay down. Go. Lay down. Go lay down. The oh but anyways, I keep pulling up pieces and trimming this piece and trimming this piece. And over here, I feel like I don't know. I feel like both sides don't match exactly. I think I need to go to somebody, but then I'm scared they're gonna like change it a bunch, you know, and I'm gonna come out with a totally different hairstyle that I didn't want. Okay, Archie, you don't get on me either. Uh, Oh, you do? Yeah, I know my mom does too. My mom's like constantly pulling out pieces. She's like, I'm always just cutting off pieces that shouldn't be there that day. And so I'm like, oh my God, I'm turning into my mom. Will you stop? For fuck's sake. I swear to God, it is the energy. It's the energy, and they have decided to consume me. That's what they want. They're sucking the life out of me. They're taking all of my energy out of me. Oh, God. They wear me out. And then I feel like, God, Kelly, you're such a wuss. Like, there's people out there with real problems. You're bitching about your dogs. Hey there, John or Jan. Um, did you hear about the Nancy Guthrie son-in-law? Oh, yeah. I'm so very curious now, huh? Yeah, how's that going to turn out? Like, what the hell's going on there? Did you hear about oh, the Billie Eilish thing? It just cracked me up because she had tried to make this thing at the Grammys like uh we can't be on stolen land or something, this big thing. To try and she has them all cheering and stuff to try and be anti ICE. And and the and so the tribe in LA came out and said, "Oh, thank you for this acknowledgement, but your mansion is on our land. So when are you going to give us the mansion?" She's a total. These people don't realize like their own hypocrisy. Like they think that they can go out and make all these political statements, and they don't realize like they're, like, what are you talking about? You have a mansion and on somebody's land, don't you, girl? So, anyways, that's the whole thing. Now it's kind of funny. Yeah, she's on stolen land. She's built a mansion on her stolen land, and she's bitching about you can't be on stolen land. It's so absurd. Remember, it's better to shit in the sink than to sink in the shit. Yeah, probably. Except for I wouldn't want to. I think I would rather go shit outside than shit in the sink, personally. But anyways, the other thing that it cracks me up is out now too is Joe. Joe's a guy in a mask, and that his mask was malfunctioning, and they did him in by the squad in 2019. It says it right there in the emails. And so I knew, I mean, it's so funny because when you're going around saying some of this stuff, then people think you sound so crazy. But now it's coming out and coming out. So it's, I don't know, just as funny. It's funny. I was not expecting anything about Joe. Well, maybe about his perversion to be in those files, but I wasn't expecting it to be about his reign and him being in it. That wasn't really him and stuff. So that's funny. Finisciate. Finisciate. But anyways, she is wild. She is so wild. I feel like it's just stop. It's so chaotic. Freaking Archie's over here spinning circles. She's over here spinning circles. It's like, man. And another thing, when we were sitting in here right before it started, and then they wanted to go out, and I could hear something. I was like, what is that? And so then I came in here. I was like, oh my gosh, that is some songbirds or something out there just going to town, singing a song. And so, yeah, so they went outside to inspect, see what's going on out there. And I could hear them, and it was like, oh my gosh, it was so loud. I haven't heard any songbirds in a while. I don't even remember the last time, but boy, it was so loud, and it made me think about I don't know, maybe it's the energy too. Maybe it's all over here. They're just spraying like crazy again today. And then when the dogs went out earlier, and then they come in and they're sneezing. So I know I had heard somebody say, I mean, is it possible that certain people are spraying one thing and then somebody else is trying to put up the antidote or something and to try and make the other stuff not be as impactful as what it could be, which who knows, who knows what is, hello, Colin. Um, so it's, no telling. But I was trying to think like that. Think like, well, maybe this was because they were trying to create a storm and then somebody else came in and they're just trying to get rid of the storm. I don't know. I don't know. I've got a mentally ill dog sitting here, though. A completely insane dog. The Crystal. Oh, Crystal, you're so sweet. I think I've never seen that before. What is that? Oh, you're so sweet. Oh, I don't know. You can't just push on the heart on here. You're so sweet, though. Um, but anyways, uh, I was talking this morning about what we were talking about in the comments. I don't even know how long you've been up if you even had seen my response on the comments. But anyways, I was talking about that this morning too, and I was thinking we'll probably would talk more about it today too, or whatever anybody wants to talk about. They want to talk about the files. They want to talk about the storms. There's some weird activity off of Antarctica. I saw somebody who always talks about aliens, and he said that there was a big announcement on Monday, but geez, there's so much going on. I didn't see anything about a big announcement, so I don't know. Well, you're sweet. That's sweet. You didn't have to do that. But anyways, so yeah, there's all sorts of different things to talk about. Because there's the storms. Oh, and I think if this carrying, because the people who are on top of the solar flares or whatever, talking about those because like they're way worse or something, and they're saying that we could have a Carrington event this week. And so I was looking up what is a Carrington event. I mean, I keep hearing it, and I've looked it up before, but so I was looking it up again, and it's kind of weird. And so if they had a Carrington event in 1865, when did they get electricity? When did they get, I mean, we know they didn't have, supposedly, they didn't have internet and stuff. So if everything was knocked out, what was knocked out? Their candles and stuff? Like, when was electricity? Anybody know? Anybody? Bueller? Um, so I don't know. Because I was like, I don't know. I don't know. Look, everything seems so weird. But I was seeing a video the other day, and it was talking about that, like when they show us like these famous artists and all these different things, that they are really 3D printed. The all this artwork that they tell us is artwork and stuff, that's lies. That they couldn't, with what they had back then, they couldn't have done all these details and stuff that they show. I heard about that. That's another. Yeah, yeah. And that could be I mean, there's going to be something. Like I was saying this morning, Amy has sent me a video this guy was talking about that he was called in by one of the groups over the Looking Glass, and that they, and the one side is trying to stop what is inevitable. And then the other side is just trying to get us to all, catch on. And the ones trying to stop it, it seems, were the ones that called in this tech specialist guy. And he was saying that they called him in because there's an event coming and they wanted to stop it. But you can't stop it. There's no stopping it. It's going to come in and it's going to change everything. And so, yeah, well, what is it going to be? That's the thing. Is it going to be, is it going to be the Carrington event? Is it going to be an earthquake? Is it going to be something at the Antarctica? Is it going to be something in the sky? Is it going to be another sickness? It's like no telling what it is. It's gonna be big. That's the thing, is it's gonna be as life changing as it was the towers. Man, she is acting insane. Oh Lord. They just wear me out because they're insane most of the day. You know, I don't know what's up with Stella, because the past couple of meals she hasn't like finished all her food, and then I have to go back and say, are you gonna eat the rest of this? Are you gonna eat the rest of this? And then she'll eat it. But I just hope I hope all this isn't getting to her. She's been so whiny. I just want to get to these med beds. It's like, come on, man. I feel like everything is time is going fast as fast, but all of this bullshit just keeps dragging and dragging and dragging. But I keep going through all my supplies so fast, like it's weird. It's weird. Like a roll of toilet paper used to last like a week, and I swear to God, it's lasting barely a day now. It's like, what is going on? How many times can I go pee in a day? Like, what is happening? So I don't know. Everything is just, nothing seems in sync. Nothing seems right. Everything seems wacky to me. Um, yeah, I think there's going to be another disaster. Unless it's the same thing you were just saying about the Carrington thing. But yeah, I think there's going to be another disaster. We can talk more about my hair. My brother's dog is constantly whining. Oh my God, whining drives me crazy. It drove me crazy when my kids were whining. It drives me crazy when my dogs are whining. I used to constantly tell my kids, I don't hear whining. You're going to be whining. I can't hear you. I cannot stand it. But the dogs don't give a shit. I say that 100 times. I'm not listening. Stop. And they're just like, do it louder. It's like, oh, you can't hear me? I'll make it louder. Man, and Stella was all night long. She was uncomfortable. And we had gone down to the river yesterday and the day before. And so now I'm thinking, today is a good day to take off from doing it, because I think it kind of wears her out. Like it makes her sore to go and do that much walking. And I know that she needs to walk all the time for her hips and her weight and stuff, but I don't know, she gets really sore. But then again, is it the stuff that we're breathing is creating an inflammation that's making her uncomfortable? It's like, man, it'd be nice if we had somebody who would really be able to tell us stuff, that we could really know stuff, not just be guessing. Look at my fingernails. Look how long they're getting. I mean, they won't really get much longer than this, if you can see them. They won't really get much longer than that. Once they start going past here, they'll start breaking anyways, even on the biotin. I meant to look for Vaseline again today, and I always forget. Because the day's going too fast, man. Everything is going so fast. Is anybody, well, who is it? Just me and you? Is it how's it feel to you, Crystal? It's just me and you. That's okay. We could text. We could talk about my hair too, because I'm really obsessing about it lately. I stayed up late last night and kept trimming it, and I was trying to trim the back of it. It is so hard to trim the back. Oh my gosh, it was hard, because you need to lay it flat and trim it like this, and I have to keep pushing it down and then pulling it up. Look on my certain point also. Your what would break? It is going so fast, isn't it? I couldn't believe my daughter, one of my daughters, she's like, it seems like January lasted a year. Everybody's saying it lasted a year. And I said, oh my God, to me, it's like a fucking lasted like a day or something. It's going by so fast. I'm here, yes, time is flying. Oh, hello, Carolyn. Yeah, it is totally flying. It's going so fast. I can't believe it. Even when I was like, right before I started, I had texted Crystal and I said, are we going to do this in an hour? And she was like, yeah. And then that hour, it was like, boom, it's over. And it was like, oh my gosh. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe how fast that hour went. It really, isn't it weird? And you know what's weird too? And I remember who it was in the comments that had said something, and I said something back, talking about, I guess about whatever we've seen in our lifetime or whatever. And it just is weird because when I was a kid, I like I had met the Wright brothers' cousin. I don't remember, but I was really stuck on like, man, everything's been done. They've already invented this, invented that. There's not gonna be anything that's gonna happen in my lifetime. I was like, oh my gosh, so much has happened in my lifetime. I can't even believe it. You have no tolerance for people like her. Carolyn's here. I was hating Carolyn. Um, wait, who? No tolerance for people like who? People like Ruthie? Or who did I say? I've already forgotten. But oh, it froze for a second. But my internet keeps doing something weird too. Because I'll be watching something and it will just start buffering. And then it will go off sometimes and say there's no internet. And I'll go look and there's internet. So I don't know. Maybe we're in the middle of the Carrington event. Maybe everything's going to start going off. But I just wonder what all went off in 1865. What all did they have that went off? Because we got, now if it went off, I mean, it's going to shut everything down. There's no internet. There's no communication. There's no electricity. I mean, our car's going to turn off. I don't even know. But in 1865, what all was there? And I don't, but the things that I was thinking that really stick out to me, not just the internet and social media and technology and stuff like that that has come, but the thing that gets me the most from when I was younger is that how we were raised. We were raised so different. And then how they got pushed away from that, where kids used to be able to just go out and run around and have fun and stuff, and then they started the next generation after my generation, then the Gen X ones, they all thought it was the worst thing. They liked a part of the freedom, but at first it was all like, well, we had no parents around, no parents were ever there. It was like, yeah, but who wanted them there? So, but I mean, mine were. My mom was always in the house. We just weren't in the house with her. If you were in the house with her, you had to clean. So I don't know. It's weird because it just was like kids got to really grow up so different and how they've tried to shift it now. And there's so much in what's happening to kids. It's just so sad. Something happened and the live went back. I was wondering why you were saying the same thing again. It's what I said. It did something weird. It all of a sudden froze. And then I was like, oh, whatever. Maybe this is the Carrington event or something. But that's what keeps happening on my, if I'm watching something, it'll suddenly say that there's no internet and it will just sit there and spin and spin and spin. And I'll look on my phone and there's internet and it keeps doing weird stuff. So I don't know. Maybe maybe it is the solar flares and stuff. I don't know. So yeah, maybe it's just gonna suddenly go off. Who knows? Yeah, that we'll have the Carrington event live. Yeah, has yours been wonky too? Mine's been so weird. Mine's been really weird. Feelings too. Like not only does my body like it's trying to be dismantled, but it also having like these weird desires. Like I'll sit there and I'll think about some old movie and I'll think, oh, I really want to watch this movie. But then if I go sit down and watch it, then I'll be like, I don't want to watch this. So it's weird. It's so weird. And I keep thinking, maybe I'll go put on an old Frankenstein movie or something. And then I know I'll put it on and I'll be like, I've watched this a million times. Why am I putting this on? And I have no idea why I have this desire to go watch it. So weird. I feel like my technology, I'm shorting out. Something's going on. Is it still being weird to you guys? Because I just look normal to myself now. Um, oh, just your internet at home has been slow and buffering. Yeah, mine keeps doing that too. It just keeps buffering and buffering and watching a movie and it just keeps buffering and buffering and buffering. So yeah. Did you watch Begonia, by the way? I feel like I swear to God, I feel like I'm shorting out. It's got to be something. And I don't know. It's just kind of weird when you go and you really think about the. Oh, I got hair in my mouth. Oh, because Ruthie got my freaking handkerchief. Um, when you really think about like this place being the Matrix and us being energy and us just being, you know, a player in the Matrix or an avatar in this game and the game glitching, but we're not really in the game, but we feel like we're in the game. But I kind of feel like I'm dismantling or something. Like something feels weird. Like even on my body and stuff. It feels like it's like being pulled apart. Like it's really weird. Everything feels and everything is weird. Just like time is weird. How I feel is weird. My emotions are weird. My everything. Everything seems so weird. Everything, nothing seems in sync. Seems that all my triggers are being. Oh God, tell me about it. Man, I am. These dogs, they really know how to get to me. I'm constantly like, you guys are sucking the life out of me. Everything that I got past has been around. Oh, because like it's testing. See, like, because you'll think like, oh, I'm doing so good on this. I'm doing so well. And then something will come in and it'll be like, oh my God, I thought I was doing so much better. But just remember, it's just to show you kind of like where you're at. So you can't like trick yourself because you really do. The main thing is you don't want to trick yourself. You really do want to purge out all this stuff. That's the thing is so many people don't really get what's going on. And so many people think this is about awakening to a corrupt government and a controlling force over us. But this is a complete evolution of consciousness. And they're trying to push us into remembering ourselves. And the important thing is you gotta purge all this stuff out in order to go forward. Like, yeah. Oh man, I can't even tell you how many times I experienced that, especially when it came to boundaries. I would think, oh, like when that girl was staying with me, you know, and I would think like, oh, or even when my daughter was, and I would think, oh, I'm doing so good, you know, I got through this hard thing. And then all of a sudden the next thing would come. It'd be like, oh my God, they just kept stepping it up and stepping it up, or I can do it for myself, how it works. But yeah, it was like, oh my God, every time I think I'd be doing good on something, then it would just get harder and harder and harder. Old Karen. I don't know. I don't know. Oz Nat. Net. Like, it's so weird. See why there is some people who like they got nothing to do but try and go around in the world and be mean. It's like they just have no idea what's going to be coming back on them. It's like you really better be mindful over who you are and what it is you're doing with your energy because it's going to come back on you. And so yeah, it's weird. But there's so many people out there just trying to be hateful and try and be mean. Yeah. Um, yeah, it is. It is hard because then you think like you're doing good on something and then it will come back and around and you feel like it's like you got to do it again and again and again. It's like the people wait for people to go. What? Yeah, there's probably just trolls out there. I know there is on TikTok and they just go in. On TikTok, what people were noticing when they would go live is that these trolls that go and like patrol or go in, and then they try and say mean things to the people, and then they try and get the people to fight, and then they report them and get their videos taken down. So yeah, and I'm sure it's the same on here. I'm sure this is the same thing. It could even be from the bot farm, so, because they've got a whole bot farm where just the computer has a program and it just runs and like knows when you go on, and then it just sends all these things to try and influence or disrupt or create anger or bitterness or whatever. So, yeah, because like what human being wants to just like go around and just be a jerk to people. It's like, man, this is not the time and place to be doing that. And, but, whatever. They want to be stuck in a loop, of their own hatefulness, then that's their choice. It's like, well, one day their consciousness will get to the point of waking up and wanting better for itself. So I got three. Um, I've already had three comments and someone wanting you to kiss them. Oh, I'm not gonna kiss them. Yeah, like, is there just like, do they send out like pervs and stuff? I think one thing I had seen a video about this yesterday or sometime this morning or something, and so I was talking about it this morning when I was recording. But I do think it's really true. A lot of the stuff that they're putting out right now is, we're getting closer and closer to this big event happening, this big awakening. And that is when, people are really going to need to know where they're at on this whole growth spectrum of awakening. In that so all of this stuff that's being let out into the public right now is kind of like a huge distraction to keep you in this emotional state of drawn in to the drama, and they just keep making the drama bigger and bigger and bigger and drawing people in and getting them really in there. And then think about, they feed off of the energy of the sadness, and a lot of people feel guilty. A lot of people have recognized, like, oh, I saw this in the 90s and I ignored it. I saw this person saying this in the 90s and I thought they were crazy and stuff. And so people are feeling a lot of guilt. People are feeling shame. They didn't listen. They're trying to process, why wasn't I listening? But then they put out this whole thing about the psyop that they created with the letter and trying to make all of us look really crazy and like cult worshipers and stuff like that. So it gives them kind of an out. But the people are very consumed by the stuff going on. I'm not saying like they're bad or something, because I mean, I know when any of us were looking into this stuff, we had our sleepless nights. We had times like where like crying and being super sad, and it was really frustrating when people wouldn't listen, and it's like, how do we stop this? And we were just all like stuck. And now, I see people talking about like, well, when are these people going to jail? Oh, we've been asking that for years now. Like, come on. You guys want them in jail right now? Like, we've been dealing with it for years. And so to keep the people spinning in this place, because then they're not working on what they need to work on, and they're not healing their stuff, and they're keeps them trapped in this cycle, in this matrix. It keeps them trapped in this world of this illusion. And because when it comes down to it, a lot of this stuff doesn't matter on the big scheme of things. It doesn't matter. The same as like when you go and watch a movie, how much does it really matter? It's just a movie. And that is what, I think that we got to kind of put into perspective. And even Donald has been saying, oh, yeah, somebody that they just hired, he goes, yeah, they're right out of Central Casting. And I mean, he tries to drop it all the time. Like, this is a movie. This is a movie. You're watching a movie. And some of these things, like, yeah, I don't know how it's going to play. I don't know how they're going to play this out. But yeah, I don't think he did the things they're saying. But, I mean, I've got no problem of saying I was wrong if it comes out he did. But yeah, I think that it's, there's more. There's more to the story or something. But I do think a lot of this stuff is just like letting it go, just see it and move on. But the people who are really in it right now, that's going to be hard. They're not going to be able to just move on very easily. um the um yeah, he keeps saying central casting. So yeah, I just think this is all a big show. But the show shows us kind of who we are. But the thing is the people get more, just how they got so consumed into this world, they get consumed into this storyline. And And part of the soul's journey is to pull free. That's the conscious choice is pull free emotionally into what is better for you, what is good for the planet, what is good for us all, and going in that direction. That's what creates the new world. But they want to keep people in this trap where whenever, but it still is, no matter the event happening is not going to work in their favor. It doesn't matter where the people, how they're kept trapped, because when the event happens, it's going to be like this big slap. It's going to wake people up. But the thing is once they wake up, they're going to figure out like how far that they've got to go to get to where it is they want to be. Because I don't think, even though there's a lot of people saying that the event will be the separation between the two energies, and it may make it more apparent of, which side you're on or something, but I don't think it's like we really separate, because I just doesn't, it seems like that there has to be this healing, this awakening before the separation. So I don't know, it's curious though. It's very curious as to how it's going to go, because I've thought for the whole time something's going to happen. It's going to cause all of these people to wake up and having to start to grow and heal. And then once people are in that state of mind, then the the energetic separation will happen, like where the lower vibration people will really be gone. But there may be more distance in the lower vibration people and the higher vibration people. And the difference in the higher vibration people is that they have actually been working on themselves to raise their vibration, to get more in alignment, to get more in balance, to get more attuned to their emotional state, where these other people are just, it's like they're getting road rash. It's like they're just being drugged through one drama after another drama after another drama. And so they're just like kind of still imprisoned, even though they become aware of the criminal content of this reality, but they still are being, they're still like being drugged behind the car. You know what I mean? You know how, that's how I see it. And so they aren't really healing themselves. They're just getting more wounded. So they're getting more wounds, which will be good when they start to heal themselves, because their wounds will be very open and raw. And it should be easier for them to be able to see what it is they need to work on. But yeah, that's the thing I'm always talking about. I'm always pushing. The main thing that everybody needs to do is like, you give something a minute or two, which it's going to be different for everybody, because some of us, we've been, gone through all of this horrible stuff. We already saw it years ago. And so these people are going to go through it longer, and they've got a lot to process, because they're really getting bombarded with a lot of stuff all at once. And so, and we kind of went through it. It wasn't like everything at once. And because like you weren't processing, clones and masks and stuff with the people eating it, like it wasn't all at one time. It was like you were focused on what was happening to the kids. That was hard enough. And then when it got worse and darker and deeper, and then underground, all those ones, like it just got, oh my God, it was rough. They haven't even gotten to that part yet. I haven't seen anybody talking about that yet. They haven't even reached that point, which I heard, and I don't know if it's true, but I heard that when they went down to do the rescues and stuff, that they had cameras on, and that is going to be something they're going to show on TV. There's always been these people who said they're going to show this stuff on TV. And then, though, I saw somebody else say that they aren't going to do that anymore because it's too low vibration. And it's really important to get us out of this low vibration, get us out of this trap of being consumed by this world. But yeah, I don't know, because if they're not going to show the punishment, let's say, of these people who have done this stuff because it's too low vibration, then I would think they're probably not going to show what was going on in the tunnels, man. But that's one thing, is like these people don't even know. Yeah. Yeah, these people are getting, everything is coming at them all at the same time. But yeah, we were going through things like I don't know. I guess had to do with the drops, and then the people that would go out and do all the research, and then they would be sharing it all, and then so you get a whole bunch of this, and then the next thing would come, and so it was like you couldn't be hung up on this too long because the next thing would come, and it'd be like, oh my God, another thing and another thing and another thing. Like I liked on our end what we got to go through more than what these people are going to go through. I always could see that. I always saw that what they were going to go through to me seemed harder than what we went through, because they've got to also face that they weren't listening. And now you can see like they're getting hit with everything at once. So they're really getting slammed by a lot of stuff all at one time. Um, At least people got ahead. Yeah, that's one thing. Yeah, is that we all opened up those things. But the thing is that they didn't listen, and so now they have to try and figure out like why wasn't I listening? And they did put out now like the whole psyop on the queue and stuff like that, and which another thing I have been saying for a long time is about the coin, the bit, and that it's going to fall because of the dark energy that is a part of. And so now in those all these documents and stuff, it has shown Jeffrey created it. They were using it all the time. And they knew that's what they were doing, was using it for nefarious things, and buying and selling people parts and all this stuff. And so it's definitely gonna go. It's definitely gonna fall. Anybody who's invested in that, just pull. Yeah, we were. I don't know. It was like, I don't know. Conspiracy theorist people are more open to things. These people do have themselves more closed off. They don't want to, and I don't know why. Like I saw this lady, this video that's going around now, and she has, I swear to God, she must have 30 piercings in her face. So she has tons of piercings in her face, and she's talking about that she would rather do her kids in, and then the ICE to come and take them. So yeah, people are kind of freaking out because she went online and said this. It's like, I don't know, just the whole thing, the whole image, it is like a movie. It is like a movie. Like this really radical looking person. And then they're like, yeah, I'd just rather, you know, I'll just do my kids in before I come and let them come and take me. And it's like, oh my gosh, man, some of this stuff is wacky. Hey there, Adriana. Oh, thank you. We taking out. Oh, I know. But you know what? There was a movie, it was a long time ago, and they were really pushing that, we were all going to be nuked and the end of the world was coming. And I think I was like 30 years old. I think I just had the two girls. And I used to think, well, if they do this, then I'm going to just go in the garage and start the car with me and my kids. And then I ended up seeing it in a movie, even where that's what the mom did. But at the time, they were saying, like, I think it's in Nostradamus's stuff, and that once the end of the world comes and stuff, they're gonna be a lot of cannibalism or something. And so now where we're at, it makes you think like, if he was not saying like, well, we were going to find out about a lot of cannibalism, but I don't know. I know, because to me, it seems like everything is going to go up, not down. It seems like we're going to come up. So it's hard for me to imagine that we're going to go learn about all these creeps and then say, how creepy they are. And then we're going to turn around and start doing it. So, but yeah, that's what I used to be in fear of like, if what's the end of the world and if I'm not there to protect my kids, so that something bad's gonna happen to them. And that's what this lady was like, because I don't want these sicko people to get my kids. So, I don't know. I don't want to be too judgy on her. It just is weird. The whole thing is just weird, especially when you see her and she just looks so radical. And I don't know, the whole thing just seems weird. I was like, I was like mesmerized by looking at her and it's like, oh my God, how many piercings are there? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. It's like, oh, dang, man. I don't know. I don't want to be judging on the people who have tons of piercings. How are you, Adriana? How's it in New York? What's y'all's weather like? Oh, and that's pretty funny about y'all's mayor, or well, I don't know, depends on where you are in New York, I guess. But the mayor of New York now, he's like grew up with these people, which I'm sure that means he's you know, it isn't just like he's one of them. He's like he's like a dancing boy for them. They use them, which they're even saying that they think Jeffrey could be his dad, because they're like comparing his face or smile or something. It's cold and I'm doing well. Oh, I thought I'm breaking some break. You had a breakup? I've been single for a long time. I just enjoy. I don't. A lot of people get kind of really caught up in the loss and stuff, but just enjoy where you are at the time. I think the first time where it got me, because I had spent most of my life in a relationship, and then the thing that got me was the first time I ordered Chinese food for myself. And I was like, oh my God, I can order whatever I want. I can get whatever I want, and I don't have to share it. I can just do whatever I want. And it just hit me, and that sense of independence. So, and I've been single for a long time now, and it's very healing. The more time you spend with yourself, the more you figure out what it is you want, because there is such an immersion of yourself in relationships a lot of time where you lose yourself and you're trying to please them, and you lose, what do I like? What do I want? And then you go and you find yourself when you're single. I was telling my husband about being said in the Lies Out Trump, and he said that everyone with that kind of money are like that, and it's just hard to believe. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I just yeah, kids too. Yeah, become immersed with and you lose yourself, who am I? And a lot of times you feel like a failure, like I wasn't good at relationships at that point in my life, that's for sure. I wasn't great at being a mom either. Um without the Yeah, I don't know. I just, I mean, if some of this stuff, like if it was, some of this stuff, it just seems so over the top. Like Donald is going to go in and measure how big a kid is, and then have his kids come in and measure too. It's like, I don't know. It's like, well, why isn't everybody else doing that? It seems like I just stuck this one in there or something. Um, and there is, but the thing is I feel like that the what some of the people who became rich, that there was a crossroads kind of. There's always a crossroads in which direction you're going to go, and some went into a certain direction. Yeah, breakups are hard. They are hard, especially when they first happen. But I just feel like they can be so good. Mine was hard. That sent me into my dark night. If you haven't had your dark night yet, but so many people are breaking up right now. Lots of relationships are falling apart right now. But the I don't think I don't think anything is all the same. Like I don't think all women are the same and all men are the same and all the rich people are the same and all the black people are the same and all the Mexican people are the same. I just feel like that there's differences. I feel like that there was some rich people who just didn't want to be around these people. And then I feel like I still see him as being the tattletale on them. But I think that it was very difficult because I think once you went and said anything, then you found out the judicial was in on it. Like they were a part of it. They are hard, but they are great, also great lessons. Yeah, yeah, you do learn a lot. I did. Because I was one relationship after another relationship. I was just back to back to back to back to back for years and years, decades. And then when it finally was out, then that is when I really started recognizing my own patterns. Because before I was recognized my own patterns, I saw myself as a victim. I saw myself as somebody who was always with alcoholics who were abusive and stuff like that. But then I started seeing my patterns, what it was putting me there, and that's what I could heal. So once I could start healing that, I could change my life. I could get out of where I felt trapped because I thought I was like stuck in these patterns. I couldn't get out. I would be like, in the next relationship, it's like, how is it going the same way? How is it the same? And you think like, but you don't recognize these shadow aspects of yourself. But that's what, when I was finally out of the whole relationship game of this toxic kind of I had to face my own toxic behaviors. But anyways, I don't know where you are, Adriana, in your journey. If you are, I've already faced all that. And yeah, sorry, because it is hard. It's hard to feel rejected or lose or lost or having to pick up and start over. And, it's just all the stuff, even with the money. Like, there's a lot. There's a lot when things shift in your life. The money thing. I don't think they're all. Yeah, I don't think they're all the same. And I mean, it's gonna play out. We're gonna see, what Donald is. I just feel like I still see him as the whistleblower. I still see him as being like them trying to pull him in, especially right now. This thing of where he was being interviewed, like all the news people were in there, and now I've seen it on the CNN, and I've also seen it on Fox. They've all showing the same clip, and one of the journalist is in there asking him, what about this guy's name is on there and Elon's name is on there? And he's like, well, I don't know. I guess we'll see. Or something like that. And then he says, if it was a big thing, it would be all over all the headlines. So, and he goes, something about at least I'm not in there. It's like, he's got to know. He's got to know what they're saying about him. But I think it's just his way of saying, hey, I didn't do anything wrong, so I'm not in there. But anyways, it's curious to see how it's going to play out. But yeah, I think he's the whistleblower, and somehow they just are trying to drag him. And it's working, but it gets a lot of these people to pay attention, to really go through the reports because they're just looking for him in there. It's like, I don't know, they don't care about any of the other names. They mostly just want to find him because he is, the bad guy. That's why I think, like, I don't know. It seems like it's gone too far when they're letting, like this big disclosure thing is coming out and it's got all this information that we need to know. But then it has stuff in it that's not true. Because then how are you going to be like, well, this is true, but this isn't true. This is true, this isn't true. And especially when it comes down to him, because all the people are like, no, he's changing that. No, he's trying to stop this. He's trying to get all of these things deleted, which now some of them are being deleted. Bro, it's so much. Yeah. See, that's what I see him as, is the catalyst of, because it was like being the target, you know, because it's kind of like we needed a target. And then, but he put himself out there to be that. And so that's where I see him is like, man, the crap he's taken from this whole thing of this starting. It's like, I think he's much nicer than what he gets credit for because, I can't imagine being able to go do that and being booed and talked to about like how they've talked about him. And they just degrade him all the time. Remember the whole thing with Stormy and all the talk about, his mushroom and his liking to urinate on everything and stuff like that. And that was all made up. And so then they went off on his fat ass and talking about how fat he is all the time. And it's like, man, I couldn't take it. I couldn't take what he's put himself through. He's been beat down by people. Yeah, I just really think that he is his role in all of this is a catalyst, and it's not like he's the savior because nobody can save us. We have to save ourselves. So it's not like he's the savior who's going to fix it all, but we all have to save ourselves. But he he gives he brings things to the light that have been in the dark a long time, things that we didn't want to see, or things that were really hidden from us. And so he puts them out there, and then he gets called crazy. He's been being called crazy for such a long time. And another thing too, is I had seen someone showing old pictures of him. So when you compare the old pictures of him, and another thing that's even weirder is people have gone in to try and find old pictures of him. And there's like two pictures of him, one when he was a little kid and one when he was in military school. And that's it. They couldn't find any more pictures. And then when you try and compare what he looks like to the old one, then it's like, that's not the same guy. And so, yeah, I mean, did they do him in at some point? And this is a player to come in and bring it forward because when he started trying to go against these people that they did put him, take him out. And so I don't know. You see, you have these people like, Jeffrey introduced him to Melania. Melania was a sex worker or something, which I think that she had even come out and said, she had done nudes and stuff like that. But, I don't know what all she's done, and it's not like, I don't know. I swear, some people want you to just. It's kind of funny too, because those people, they probably have a best friend who works on the OF, and then they want us to hate her because what she's done. And it's like, isn't that kind of being a hypocrite? So, yeah, he's been through the ringer, man. He has been beat up and bullied and everything throughout all this stuff. So, I don't know. But I don't think it's just weird. It definitely is weird how they have that stuff. Like I didn't go in and listen to the whole thing because some of this stuff it just turns my stomach. It just grosses me out. And so I don't know. But I think that some of it is just somehow they've put fake stuff in with real stuff because I know that this stuff is that's not big that they've been eating what they eat and what they do and all that sick stuff. I know that's real. I think we all know that's real. One thing I didn't know is like I knew that they were eating them, but when they would start saying that they were disemboweling and then they were eating, like I thought, oh, okay, well, I guess that's what they do with animals. They take that out so that they don't get that mixed in with the meat, but then they're taking it out to eat it. But I guess what is that? There's something in I think Mexican culture that they eat that, probably in other ones too, maybe in India, I don't know where all, but they eat that intestinal tract and they make different meals with it. It's called something. So Yeah, but that was a new one on me. I didn't know that they. I mean, to make it so specific, that they pull those out and then eat them. It was like gross. God, these people are gross. I just saw a girl who is on some interview. All these different girls who have gone through this stuff now are on all these podcasts and interviews and stuff like that. And she said she had been into the Manhattan Jeffrey Palace, and that went in to go to a party or something, and in one of their rooms or something, the people are sitting there. They have to get on top of a glass table and then go defecate on this table as a photographer is underneath to get all of the footage of it. And she said that they even use that for blackmail. I was like, so weird. These people are so weird. And the stuff that they'll do in order, like, I don't know. That's one thing. I think, I went to, if I go to a party and they're doing stuff like that, I would just leave. I can't imagine being like, well, let's see what else is going on. Let's see what's for dinner. It's like, oh, man, it is already raunchy enough. Go in there and they're doing that. It's like, no, I'm out. So, in there, and that's not even just rich people. Like, that's become like fetishy stuff. Like there's a whole weird stuff now where people are into eating poop and stuff. Like what in the world? That just doesn't seem healthy. That just seems like so disgusting. I just can't even believe it. Um, but I remember when everybody was freaking out about Two Girls, One Cup when that whole thing came out, and everybody's like, "Oh my god, oh my god!" That's just like nothing. That's just like every day. And even at the parties, the Dubai parties, and where they get all these, where a lot of the ones they get are Instagram models. So all these pretty girls on Instagram or do all their influencing and their whatever, of their bodies, their clothes. And I can't believe how many people do such weird stuff. And so they get asked to come and represent. Stella, stop it. They get asked to come and represent some product, and they have to go to this Dubai party. And so they all go to this thing. And there's a couple now who have spoke out because they don't want to be into it. And they said once you get there, you're stuck. And but when you get in there, she said it's obvious that something else is going on. You're not at a photo shoot. You're at a party with a whole bunch of rich old men, and they're everywhere. And then you have all these beautiful young models walking around and talking to the guys and stuff. And some of the girls go all the time, and because you get paid big money apparently. But then what you get paid for is, you know, you got to eat somebody's poop and they get to watch you. They get to beat you up. They get to do horrific, degrading things to you. It's like super degrading and it's just gross, man. All the body fluid stuff, it's just so pervy and so disgusting. And and one of the girls, one of them that's speaking out about it, she was like, she started saying to the other girls, I want to get out of here. And they're like, well, you're kind of stuck now. You just got to, do what you're told. And then you'll get paid a lot. And so, and there's girls that come back for these and come back for them. And it's like, it's wacky. It's like, man, how desperate for money are you? And so, yeah, that's the thing about, I think, everything more in the awakening is like this, setting your moral compass, reprioritizing, how low will you go? And that's the thing about the Gorham or Golem or whatever they call us, is that's how they see us. They see us as superficial, artificial, we'll go so low, we'll do anything for money and stuff like that. So it is a part of our conscious journey, I think, is to pull out of this world that is diseased. It's so sick. I just can't even believe how many, especially, so many people that go on Instagram and they're always so impressed with all these girls and stuff. It's like, yeah, but what they're doing behind closed doors is sick. And that's where I saw a video talking about like, that's one thing that these people would get off on too, is the ceremonies and the rituals of the degrading the people like Bieber and Britney and stuff like that. And so they would spend all this time doing all of this horrible stuff to them and degrading them, and then set them on a stage and make them sing for us, and we would all be like, oh, they're so great, they're so great. And then they would sit back and laugh at what ignoramuses we were. But that's a whole part of the whole thing. And then it's going on another scale on Instagram. These people are all like looking at these girls' pages. Oh, I want this life. Oh, look at him. Look, she's in a sports car. Look at her, all this kind of stuff. And but what the people will do to be there, to get there. Even that one girl who was some kind of an influencer or whatever, and then it came out that she was stealing from old people. So she had some kind of scam, and she was stealing old people's retirement or something, and then she was going and just spending it frivolously at stores. And so it wasn't even like, she needed it to survive, just to build up on her Instagram page or whatever, so that people could worship her and think like she had money. But it was all stolen money and stealing from freaking poor old people. So yeah, it's weird. It's weird how distorted and diseased our culture, our society has become. But to me, that's the important part of the awakening. That's the important part, is resetting yourself to not be of this world. And, to be of this world is to be of a disease, kind of, it's sick. This is a sick world. So I do think it's important to pull free. But that's the part of this whole disclosure, is to show us really how sick, and to get us to look at ourselves and see like, oh man, I'm always on Instagram. I'm always wishing I could be one of those girls, but really, what's going on behind closed doors. I don't know. I don't know if there has always been this amount of bad people, because it seems like to me, well, it seems like to me that they just started this world over again sometime in the 1800s. And before that, and I don't even know, like, there's just so much stuff that just seems made up. Like, when, I don't know. I don't know. It's like but some of these have been the same bad people. There's been the same bad people for a long time. Like, those people are old. They are ancient. It seems like there's even something about that in the files. But yeah, there's going to be more and more, because these people are not the same as us. Even that one singer is like, they're not the same as us. What is it? It's his chorus in his song. They're not like us. They aren't the same as us, or something like that. And they aren't, but it's on a whole nother level, because it's like they're some different beings. I won't just say aliens, but they are not the same type of being as we are. They are, and they're old. They're old. They've been doing the same stuff. They've been through different realities in the same. They've been in charge of different realities. But this one in particular, it's so weird, because when I was growing up, it was so much pressure to be super moral. Like, you had to be so, Ozzie and Harriet. You had to be so perfect. And but there had to be bad people then. But man, I mean, we could go out and hitchhike. Kids could just stay out and run around the streets and stuff. So I, I don't know. I definitely think there's more bad people now. It's like they fed off of the darkness, and they've all become more like they think it's okay or something. Because I mean, god dang, man, how rare did it used to be that you heard about a kid killing somebody? Like, that used to be rare. And now it's like, fuck, man, every week there's some horrible thing that some kids are doing. So, I would say there's way more bad. There's way more dark energy. It's like in the lesson plan of humanity, it's like we made choices and it took us in a direction, and then we've gone as far as we can go. So, well, there could be, more bad people, but I think a lot of us, we don't want to go in that direction. So it's gonna swing back. That's where everything turns around, is because that's the pole shift. That's when everything swings back, because we've gone as dark as we can go, and then it's going to swing back and go towards the light. And that's when everything flips. That's when everything is going to change. But that doesn't necessarily mean that's when we completely separate and we go into the age of Aquarius. I think that there's a period of time of healing and reflection before we go into the age of Aquarius. But I don't know. Like, man, this has been going on so long now. And then there's so many more people talking about like how close we are. The solar flash is close. The rapture is close. The end is near. you know. So who knows? Who knows what's to be the next thing? Because before I kept on thinking that stuff was going to happen and it's going to wake people up and people are going to have to go through their healing, and then there would be the separation. But man, as time goes on, maybe it is. But I feel like that the separation is not going to be at first. I swear to God, it's more like in the separation, like certain people start doing really good, like higher vibration, like they start going, which separates them from the lower vibration. But it's like the lower vibration can still see the higher vibration. But the higher vibration doesn't pay as much attention to the lower vibration. But the higher vibration has awareness of the lower vibration has awareness of the higher vibration. So it still is influenced by the higher vibration, which is pulls the society in a new direction. And then it kind of like, for the people who can't go or keep up the pace or fall off, then that is kind of where it splits apart, where it splits. And then once it splits, that's when the age of Aquarius will start. It's when it is, and maybe it's going to start for some people sooner. Maybe the higher vibration people are going to just start going towards that really more idealistic kind of lifestyle. And it's going to start reflecting in society. And that's where the lower vibration people will be more drawn in and see. But still, it's going to still be the two will still be kind of in the same space. If you get what I'm saying, does that make sense? But that's what it seems like to me. And I had seen or heard, I think it was a QHHT, and it was years ago, and the lady was saying, it was one of Allison's, and she was saying that the life that she was at, it was after the separation. And she said something about like that there was still lower vibration people around, but she said it was like you could see, like looking through windows at people's lives. And so the lower vibration people stay like in a kind of capsule or something of their own making, but higher vibration people go out and start creating a different life and start coming more together with other higher vibration people. And so that becomes more of their life and not so much caught up in all this dramas and stuff that are going on now. But I think the dramas and stuff are to help you push people into healing. It's not just to keep you trapped into the drama of the perversion of this world, because this world is it's sick. It's like a disease. It's a diseased world. And I had talked about that way years and years ago, where it's like other beings that had come here had come because this place is diseased, and to bring in more light, because that's how the body works. When there's a disease, it gets flooded with white blood cells, which would be the healer cells, which the lighter cells from the higher vibration would be like the healer cells. And so this world is diseased, and so it pulled in a lot of where there was so many people who are like, oh, light workers and star seeds and all that stuff. So um that's what I think is, which is even more to me. Like everything about this world to me is just, it's diseased. This is a disease. And and you got to break out of like the colony, the sickness, the tumor. You got to pull free from it. And as long as you're in it, they just keep you going around and around and around and around. And that's going to be the thing with all these people. They're going to have to see that they have to pull themselves out. They can't just sit here and get consumed by this stuff, because, the sickness will consume you. It will take you over, it'll dig you in, which I won't be surprised if some people, yeah, but things are going to get worse. That's the thing. But there is going to be at some point in time where there is going to be a big rise in suicides and stuff. And I don't know if this will be the thing. Because right now there's just like a lot of outrage and a lot of talking. But maybe it's when they start seeing, like, because we've been wanting to rest for how many years now? Like, we've been wanting to rest. Like, we've been hopefully every single time. Like, oh, maybe this is going to be it. Maybe this is going to be it, and it just keeps going and going and going. But I think that really low key that these people have been, and just like Joe, I mean, he's been gone since 2019. I think so has Barack. I think so has Hillary. I think a lot of these people have been gone, and I think that the people who are playing them are either lookalikes, clones, or people in masks. So I do think that probably really there has been because you remember when it used to be the what do they call it? I keep on thinking of it, but I can't think of what it's called. But it was all those arrest warrants or something, but it was all like, and remember how they used to say, like, there's 177,000 of these whatever arrest warrant things. And I'm curious now, because that used to be the talk way back in 2020, is, how many are there now? How many, because you never hear about that anymore. And so, but I can't remember what they call them, but it was something that people would say all the time. So, yeah, that's what I got to say about that. I'll just ramble. So is it just me and you, Crystal? Should we wrap it up? I don't even know if I'm frozen. I'm just sitting here talking to myself. That's okay. But we can close it down, because we're at 78 minutes. Oh, well, the time's right there. I'm sitting there trying to figure out what time would that be. So it's almost 2:30. So it's almost been an hour and a half. Well, I started 6 minutes late, so it's been an hour and 20 minutes. But still. Well, I don't know. Oh, sorry. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt you. I'm yapping too. I'm always yapping. Um, do you want to close it down now? Do you want to get going, go listen to your husband? 'Cause I don't think, I think it's just me and you at this point. Oh, yeah. That's the life of being a mom and a wife. I remember back in those days. It's like you're most attractive when you're busy. But we may as well go. You can go talk to him. Oh, thanks. I'm such a rambler. But I think it really well, maybe there's a few people in here, but um yeah, we can go. Yeah, it is slow. It's a slow day, and I'm basically talking a lot about what I already said this morning. So, anyways, yeah, may as well go. And so we'll be back on Saturday though, and until then, I'll be back in the morning. So, anyways, but thanks to anybody who did come. Thanks to anybody who came and chatted with us. Thank you, Crystal, for your gift. That's sweet of you. And so I will talk to you guys later. Okay, bye.